The Liberians' minds are made up.
Monday morning. This is the TBS. Good morning, folks. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show on Truth 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Today is Monday. Your tune for the Monday sets the agenda for the entire week. This is Liberia's biggest breakfast show from Nimba to Riverside, from Riverside to Bon County, from Bon to Margibi, from Margibi to Lofa County, from Grand Crew to Maryland, from Maryland to Grand Kidman County, the Mandis, the Va, the Den, from Grand Kidman to Monserrado, from Monserrado to Grand Bassa. Good morning, folks. This is the True Breakfast Show. When I woke up this morning with a smile on my face, oh yes, indeed, God is the greatest. We'll talk you through from the runoff, from the general elections to the runoff, and we remain consistent. We'll head our grounds as a professional journalist. Remember, we told you after this event, we'll still remain as a journalist. Good morning, folks. Good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. Indeed, Liberians have won. This is the TBS. Good morning to the man who's shown to the world that, yes, this is what we call democracy. President George Weah, good morning to you. You are proving to the world that indeed democracy is at its best. And good morning to the president-elect, Ambassador Joseph Boyka. I remember that morning he said, O'Neill, you should start practicing it right now. You better start practicing it. Good morning to the peace-loving people of the Republic of Liberia. The love of liberty matters here. Let justice be done to all. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Roberts. Marka Davis is back on his feet. We are fully loaded this morning. Yes, good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Great seeing you back.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning, O'Neill. It's great to be back.
Okay.
And thanks for.
It appears that we're back on the Facebook.
Yeah, I'm seeing something.
Yeah, the Facebook Live. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, so it's good to be here again. Thanks to all out of you for the work you've been doing here, and thanks to the team. Yes, it's great for us to be back on the show. We did our part throughout the campaign. In fact, the pre-electoral period, the pre-electoral period, like even 2022, up 2023, coming up to August when the campaign was announced. A lot of variables changed, and yes, we remained consistent.
Not easy. We held our ground, man.
Yes, about how Liberians should conduct, or how Liberians should conduct themselves throughout the campaign period, like the election time, post-election time. Yes, and we are in post-election now.
Yes, exactly. Most definitely.
Yeah, and we are grateful to our Liberian people for all of us collectively maintaining the peace of the country. And that was climaxed by the congratulatory speech delivered by the president.
Yes.
I think Liberia, the role Liberia played in the past, including for Africa's liberation. During the liberation fight, Liberia played some very crucial role, including the formation of the OAU, that is now the AU. Even at the level of the United Nations, Liberia did great. So, talking about modern democracy, I think Liberia will be referenced globally now as one of the forerunners of modern democracy. We recall in 2017, after the runoff election, the now president-elect, then candidate of the UPA, said, well, no one Liberian blood will be shed because Joseph Boakai wants to become president. When he accepted the result, when he conceded, that's what he said that time. Again, we are coming up in 2023, and the incumbent president, George Weah,
yes,
ahead of the full pronouncement of results.
Yes.
Congratulating, conceding defeat and congratulating. It means that the Liberian democracy has matured a lot. I don't want to just say it's maturing, but I think it has matured a lot. And I think Liberia is going to be a reference point for several countries in Africa, especially West Africa, where we have recorded over the past years that it has been difficult for our leaders to peacefully and easily, accept defeat and give power to another elected leader. To the extent that we can count in the region that some people have served for over 30 years, and some people before they leave power, they got to be arrested or something got to happen.
Look,
but I think Liberia is a beacon of hope. Liberia is a beacon of hope for democracy in Africa, not just West Africa.
Can we say the True Breakfast Show is the luckiest talk show? Liberians, maybe when we get the phone lines open up. Today we're going to restore this phone line back on the True Breakfast Show. Yeah. Yes, we try to control it because of the too many hits. Yeah, those of you who listen up, don't hold it against us.
You remember when the Shashi Affairs came here, in her speech she delivered, that statement that she delivered before the question and answer period of the interview, it was contained in that statement that the media should not, or people should not repost. Yeah. You understand what I say? Repost. It means somebody post something that is negative and hateful, then you share it. You share. Don't do it. Don't amplify hate messages. So we didn't want to open a line during this crucial period for us to amplify or restate hate messages. Yes. These were some of the reasons why we decided to keep the lines quiet. The callers can be more political than the politicians themselves.
When I say all kinds of things to us, but wore our political jacket and we stood the ground. Look, Liberia have won this election. So can we say the True Breakfast Show is the luckiest talk show? Yes. The TBS, remember we had Ambassador Joseph Boakai. Yeah. During that interview, I look into the eyes of the vice president, the former vice president, now president-elect, and I look into his face. In the Liberian we will say Kolo Kolo. Yes, I look into the eyes of Ambassador Boakai, and he winked back at me with his left eyes. Yes. And I asked him, how can Liberian trust you with the presidency? I don't want to greet President George, and many people have a problem with that. When I greet President, we are in the morning. Good morning, my black president. George is a black diamond. I may say this. So I don't want to greet President George. We are good morning, my black president. Then Boakai reply and say, you better start practicing it now. I don't know what's a prophecy.
You better start practicing how to say good morning, President Joseph
Boakai. You want me to say a little bit?
I don't know whether you took that assignment seriously. Did you?
I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I need to ask Peter Ninswa. Maybe I need to ask Peter Ninswa or that of Charles Natter. Yeah. Yes, but I really don't know because I've interviewed a lot of other presidential candidates. The Zenon Cummings, Tewon Gongolo, Sheikh Kuyate, Sarah Besolo. So yes, but anyway, he said you better stop. You want me to tease it a little bit?
Yeah, yes.
How can you convince Liberian for the presidency? Imagine me calling you President Joseph Boakai.
You gotta stop.
Practicing it right now. Anyway, let me tease you a little bit. Let's see. They will go with a full blast. What we have for you this morning. This is Ambassador Joseph Boakai, President-elect of the Republic of Liberia.
They came through falsehood and they live on falsehood. They also work during the dry because they're preparing for the rain season, start from the dry season. So if you didn't work during the dry season, the rain season is not going to be good for you.
How can they convince Liberians to give you the presidency 2023? Imagine me calling on the True Breakfast Show, folks who have President Joseph Boakai live with me on air.
You better stop practicing.
So I start greeting you. I don't want to greet the president. I greet President Joshua every morning. So I say, good morning, President Joseph Boakai.
You better stop practicing. So if you didn't work during the dry season, the rain season is not going to be good for you.
How can he convince Liberians to give you the presidency 2023? Imagine me calling on the True Breakfast Show. Folks who have President Joseph Boyka live will be on air.
You better start practicing.
Yeah, so that you better start practicing.
So did you practice?
After the inauguration. But good morning to you. Good morning to all Liberians. Thank you so much. This is the True Breakfast Show. We stood our grounds, and of course, Liberia have won this election. Yes, we have important message for all of you on later on today. Yes, and this, of course, goes to the two parties, the CDC and that of the Unity Party. That was a good fight. I mean, I don't want any of you holding things personal. Yes. Normally in Africa, Africa is a place where the dirtiest politics will ever play. That even when you see the person after, you don't want to pick their calls. You don't want to reply their text messages. I mean, this is African politics. But to move on, we'll get to that. So, President George Weah electoral defeat, the historical precedents. You want to give the lineup? Then I just give a reflect.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see what you have. Let's see what you have.
Yeah. So coming up this morning, on this edition of the show, today is November 20, 2023. We'll take the health tip with David Coty for 5 minutes that we said. Congratulatory message from ECOWAS, the EU, and the UK, he said.
Yes, sir.
We'll also reflect on the election that we've been doing, a thank you message that will be done reconciliation time. We'll talk about that. And at 8:35 to 9 this morning, we will give the line to the callers. We've had you for long.
Yeah.
So we'll give you the opportunity. We can talk about reconciliation. We'll open the line. You'll talk about what's on your mind about that. 9 o'clock, sports, entertainment, and commercials on the TBS here on Truth 96.1 FM. 9:15 to 10 this morning. Liberia First Movement, Sheikh Kuyate will be our guest this morning on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Kuyate was one of the candidates who supported the rescue mission.
Yes.
In the runoff.
Yeah, in the runoff.
Okay. Yes. So he will be here this morning. I love how he speaks like PLO Lumumba.
Yeah. Yes. He said that's his political mentor.
Yeah. So Shaq will be with us this morning on the TBS to have some interview. This is post-election now. Yes, we'll talk more about country, talk about election, talk about reconciliation, talk about peace and all of that. And in the midst of all, country first. And yes, that's the makeup of the show this morning.
Yes. And President George, we actually proved to us. Yeah. Country first in the midst of war.
Exactly.
So the last time an incumbent president, before we bring on David Coty, let's just remind the public. The last time an incumbent president, Liberian president, lost in their re-election bid was in 1877. Look at that. In 1877, when President James S. Payne of the Republican Party was defeated by Anthony Williams Gardner of the Chewy Party, historians reckon that Payne lost largely because he was self-willed, revengeful, and very vindictive. Payne was first elected president in 1867. He served his first 2-year term from 1868 to 1870. When he sought re-election in 1869, he lost to Edward J. Rawls of the Chewy Party. During both of his stint as president, first from 1868 to 1870 and 1876 to 1878, he only served 1 term and never got lucky to win re-election. Therefore, this is the 3rd time that a sitting Liberian president has lost a presidential re-election campaign. The 3rd time. However, only 2 individuals who have suffered this fate: President James Payne and President George Weah. President Weah is the first incumbent president in 146 years to have lost his re-election campaign in Liberia. The first time was in 1877. I hope you're following up. Edward J. Ross was also an incumbent who lost a controversial election. However, it is important to note that Ross refused to participate in the election of 1871, citing a constitutional referendum. He did not organize the referendum. that extended the presidential term from 2 to 4 years. Rawls' opposition in the Republican Party refused to honor the referendum, which they had earlier organized and forced through the election. The candidate, Joseph Jenkins Roberts, a former president, won unopposed because incumbent President Rawls said the election was illegal, so he did not participate. This escalated into the overthrowing of Rawls and his eventual violent death in 1869. Several incumbent presidents lost their attempt to get re-elected, not at the general elections, but at primaries. For instance, in 1855, J.J. Roberts lost his bid for a fifth term after the Republican Party chose Stephen A. Benson, vice president, over him. Stephen Benson also served 4 years terms as president and lost his fifth term bid when the Republican Party refused to nominate him in 1863 presidential election. Then came Daniel B. Warner, a former vice president of Benson, was nominated by the Republican Party from 1864 to 1868. During the 1883 election, incumbent President Alfred F. Russell of the Truist Party, who completed Anthony Gardner's term, got the nomination and eventually won the presidency in 1883. To conclude, I repeat, George Weah has set a record. He's the third sitting Liberian president to have lost a presidential re-election campaign. Only two individuals who have suffered this fate, George Weah and James Payne. I mean, I'm trying to go back a little bit. Yeah, I think it's important for our country.
Yes, it's important. That's the essence of democracy. That's why that was the system of government that we chose, because we copied that after the United States. And this is what democracy calls for. It is just the right thing to do. It is just the right thing to do. Any person or any leader who lost election, maybe when they were trying their re-election bid and they lost it and caused havoc for the country, they will be judged wrongly, because that is not a tenet of democracy. So when people do the right thing, we hail them and applaud them for doing the right thing. So President Weah did the right thing by accepting the fact that, well, this is the way of the Liberian people.
Sure.
Anything contrary to that was going to have him recorded as not a good leader. Yes, as not a good leader. And that was going to be against democracy. While it is a normal thing in Africa, it is wrong. Yeah, it is wrong.
It's wrong.
It is wrong. People are not supposed to be doing that.
Sure.
Because obviously the same people you are trying to lead, if your action causes chaos, I mean, you'll be losing some of your citizens, and most likely even you yourself, will be at risk. So it is always good to do the right thing. It is always good to do the right thing. I know it was difficult because we know there are some political figures, even in the ruling party, who may have insisted that it will be shameful, it will be a disgrace for us, to be incumbent, and then we don't win, so we can force this thing. And certain of them, maybe including President Weah himself, said we cannot force anything. This is the way of the Liberian people.
Yes.
This is the way of the Liberian people.
In the midst of all.
Country first.
The country first.
And in the president's concession speech, he mentioned clearly that, country above individual and a country's interest, and patriotism above personal interest.
Yes, and Josh has shown to the world that all of the peace awards you have been winning, it's not come to those by the surprise. Yeah. Yes, all of the peace awards Josh you have been winning, and you're going to win another big award for doing this.
Yes, and
I'm predicting he's going to win the Ibrahim Babangida Award.
And the president of Nigeria said that President Weah defied stereotype, because people believe that in Africa, especially West Africa, incumbent cannot accept defeat.
Not easy, man. Money.
Bola Tinubu said President George Weah defied stereotype.
Yes.
That means what people have seen to be a norm, perceived to be a culture, he broke it. That I am the incumbent, I must I must. He said no.
At all costs.
Democracy says when the people decide, agree with their decision. The government is instituted by the will of the people. So if the people say, well, because of our own good, we want to make a change, and they make that change through their vote, whoever is in leadership. This is not only going to Liberia alone, but in a sub-region in Africa at large. If the people you are leading tell you that, well, we think we need an alternative to the leadership of the country, agree. Because, this is not a monarchy system of government that we run to say, well, when my father moved, it is his son's time. When his son moved, his grandson's time. No, it is the will of the people. The government is instituted by the will of the people.
I finished predicting the world.
So,
you should settle with it.
This is what it is. And it was just the right thing to do because the Liberian people have made a decision already. It was only incumbent upon the president to accept the decision, which he did graciously. So, yes, we love to congratulate him. It was the right thing to do. The Liberian people made a decision. Other people did it before, like, for example, Boaka in 2017. So he did it. So this is telling us, the new politicians, those who are coming up in politics, those with the ambition to run for 2029, this is a lesson to you that in this Liberia we have, in our democracy, that we can now boast of across Africa. When you run for president and the Liberian people say through their vote that we don't want you, go and sit down. Accept the will of the people, go and sit down.
Great.
That is the democracy we have now.
In the midst of all,
the country is
first.
Yes.
That's the big one. Let's bring health tip right now. We'll come back. We'll profile Joseph Boyka a little bit. Yes, the past week now, the whole week, I was also research about, putting all these things together. We'll profile Joseph Boyka a little bit. So, the president-elect, in fact. Let's bring on health tip with David Ernest Cote for 5 minutes. What do we have for us this morning? This is the Breakfast Show. Good morning, David. You live. Go ahead.
Good morning to you, and good morning to my good friend and brother, and welcome back, Baga. Okay, today we're going back to halitosis, or bad breath, or stink mouth. The reason is that this is a serious problem in Liberia and all over the world. If you have bad breath or stink mouth, you are not alone. Billions of people around the world today are suffering from bad breath. Women, men, children, black people, white people, all suffering from bad breath. Now, but you can do something about it. The first thing you can do about bad breath is to visit the hospital and see the dentist or the doctor responsible for teeth. And you need to do that once every 6 months. I have done it over 4 to 5 times at the JFK. When you go for the first time, my friend, and they clean that your teeth in between there with this thing they call, they got a special instrument for it. And when they clean that thing for the first time, you feel ashamed of yourself. You feel like a young baby. All those old particles for 4 or 5 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, they will clean everything from between your teeth and you will see real mess. Now, the next reason why you need to visit a hospital, apart from cleaning the teeth, the doctor needs to look in there and see whether there is cavity or hole. Then he or she will fill it in. And they will clean that place and fill it in. But pray that the space is now widened so much that it cannot be filled in anymore. Because when you don't know it, you delay so much, the only thing they can do is to take off your teeth or your tooth, maybe 1 or 2. Okay, it will be so wide that there'll be no way to take off it and they got to remove it. All right, now remember this. Do not use your teeth as an opener to open soft drink, beer, or anything. The white part of the teeth there is called enamel. It can get broken up, it can fade. So if you use your teeth as an opener, you'll be spoiling that enamel on your teeth. That's not good for you. So the beer drinkers, soft drink drinkers, don't use a teeth anymore to open soft drink. Number 2, do not use one tooth or teeth brush for more than 3 months. After 3 months, throw it away and change it. The reason is simple. That brush that you use to brush your teeth is called bristles. It can get worn out. It can finish. You cannot use that one thing for 2, 3 months, 4 months. No. So after 3 months, change your teeth brush. The next thing is do not use hard teeth brush. It will destroy your gum. Now, those are the things that can, that's one of the major reasons why people have bad breath. When you have hole in your teeth and red screen drop in there, meat drop in there, once it gets rotten, my friend, it will smell and you will have a problem. But that's not the only reason why people have bad breath. I chose this today, but I will come back to you and talk about uh, infection in your nose. And I'll try to talk about your tongue also. I think I told you about the tongue one time. 90% of the bad breath problem comes from the tongue, but I will come and talk about it lengthily next time because that's where all the food you eat sit. There are billions of bacteria on your tongue. This is why you should not be brushing your teeth and sharing your toothbrush with your children. Don't keep telling the little boy or the little girl, come hold the toothbrush and I finish. Come brush your teeth. No, it's bad. It's not correct. And don't let them keep it for more than 3 months. Change them. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. And don't forget this last thing I'm going to tell you. Early detection is the first medicine to good health. If I had not checked my eyes 5 years ago, I wouldn't have known that I'm a glaucoma patient. I've been taking my eye drops for 5 years now, and it's every day. You're not going to leave one day out. Every day, one in the morning, one in the evening. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Derek Ernest Coty. Yes, man, 4 minutes 48 seconds. The former lawmaker, no time.
Yeah,
Man was expelled from the Unity Party for supporting Mil Juice in 2017. Yes. Yeah.
but I thought he has been a member of ACO forever.
No, the main thing, like time to go back, he's back to the party. Maybe we'll bring that on later on. Theo Gotti was expired in 2017. Yeah, 2017 for supporting Mills Jones. Anyway, but before we profile Joseph Boyka, I just want to say kudos to the National Elections Commission. I don't mind. If possible, we can bring on the neck chair. She's following. If you like to call, Derrieto Brown Lasana, your board of commissioner. I mean, you have proven the Liberian people.
Yes, he did a great job. And again, I think on the TBS here, we consistently said that we had confidence that you were going to deliver on this election. So,
man.
Yeah, I think you did.
She did it.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, that is it.
You and your team.
The board of commissioners.
Yes.
You know, one commissioner, I'm not going to call the person name, during the October 10th, right? The general assembly, the pronouncing of numbers, right?
Yeah.
The commissioner will call the figures. If it's 5,922, you will say 5920. Then we'll criticize it. We'll say, no, don't call this kind of number.
Say 5,920.
920. So the commissioner placed a phone call to me and said, well, I've listened to your advice. But this is how almost taught her. I said, no, doing the way Liberian people will understand. If you want to call it the two ways, do it like that. Don't say 5920. Then you leave it. This is how we call number. So the commissioner called, and I said, yes, please call the whole figure out. 5,920. And that commissioner listened to the advice. So let me say kudos to the Board of Commissioner, Elections Commission. I mean, it was not easy, but you never disappoint. Derrieto, the work you have done, and the entire bowl of neck, although there are some cases still at the hearing office, but want to say kudos to you.
Yes, on the overall, yes, on the overall, you did great. Yeah.
Well. Yes, let's profile the president a little bit, the president-elect, and of course, before profiling the president, George, good morning to you, George Weah. George now is going to be used after his term ends next year, January. He's going to be used everywhere. George Weah is going to be flying from one country to another country to talk about peace. That's what happened to former presidents. You see Goodluck Jonathan and others here, right? The world have said that, yes, this peace ambassador who gave this man from his UN days is still going to be used. So George is going to be seen everywhere in other countries, preaching peace. Isn't that an example of it? Yes. He just did it. I was just in a run of election. So congratulations to George Weah. You have done well by accepting the defeat. You placed the phone call to Joseph Boyka on Friday night between 11 p.m. I mean, we generally get information too. Oh. Yeah. Let me before I profile Joseph Boyka, let me just say this out. It was on Thursday when I received this phone call, 11:55 p.m. in the night, just before sleeping. I heard that said the Economic Community of West Africa, ECOWAS, have just visited the former vice president, called him Mr. President. I said, what do you mean by that? It's sleep clear from the eye street. And say, yeah, just say, congratulations. Because numbers don't lie. I mean, the two parties, CDC, he had a good fight. We'll tell you what we need to do next now to keep that party alive going. TDC had a good fight. Unity Party 2 also had a good fight. Then on Friday morning, after ECOWAS have passed through and visited the home of Joseph Boyka, there was two signs. Those of you who follow the election closely. So when we're speaking that y'all respect us, there was two major signs that came. The visit by ECOWAS on Thursday late night. Then the security of Ambassador Boyka was changed. You're seeing nothing. You can follow up. You'll just be talking the radio or battery. The entire protocol, the security, those two new serene that was assigned to Ambassador Boyka before the Friday pronouncement. Yes, those of you close to the president-elect, you saw it, right? The motorcade of the former vice president was changed. That was a sign. That was a clear sign that as which way the result was going to go in favor of Ambassador Boyka. So when President George Weah, this happened in the US, to see you stay in power, take up the mobile phone and congratulate others. This happens in the Western world as compared to Africa here. Yaya Jammeh finds it so difficult for Adama Barrow to take over in Gambia. Oh, not easy. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was head of ECOWAS, and then, for Jammeh to just concede was not something easy. George took the phone. No one was speaking on Liberian poor, respect us. That's it. Look, all of you journalists, you're returning to base. Those of you who went to political parties supporting are now called this is we return to base. All media people, those of you who are assigned to political parties, I'm now calling on you all to return to base. We'll call Marshall here, we are return to base. So when you're speaking now, people say, yeah, that media man talking there, that sound man talking there, that someone wouldn't win one side. There was no way Marka could tell Liberians which side to vote for. No. So those two great signs that came, the changing of the motorcade of the former vice president, told someone that's a clear sign that this result will go like this. And to add it up, George Weah placed a call to Ambassador Joseph Boyka and said, congratulations. Or, Joseph Boyka, those of you close, you're listening to this. Boyka, people was going to his room, but up to that time, he didn't believe that he had won the elections. He had challenged anyone to bet him of this. Up to Thursday, Boyka didn't believe up to even Friday that he had won the election until the phone call. I'm talking here, respect it. Until the phone call came from President George Weah to say, congratulations. That was also followed up with a 5 minutes pre-recorded message. Yes. The national anthems, or Hill, Liberia Hill, this great land of liberty shall be ours, was played on the Liberian Broadcasting System, LBS. Then the voice you heard was that of President George Weah.
That began with fellow Liberians.
Yes, fellow Liberians. You'll read that. Please cancel that quick. Yes. Then I tried to follow up straight with the U.S. Embassy to see this is it. The response I got from the U.S. Embassy, they congratulated that our democracy have now matured. We went to the elections before I profile Joseph Boyka shortly. We went to this election year with a challenge security. There was no ECOWAS, there was no on-mail. People voted the second round. They were polling centers, no security. Yet and still, the results came out. Congratulations to George Weah and, of course, the president-elect Joseph Boyka. Yes. Let's move on to a man who said we should start practicing how to coin. I mean, look, those of you on this Facebook, you should stop this. You'll start throwing too much jab. You can celebrate. But if we wish harm, that will be the first thing I'll say before I profile Boyka. If you wish hunt, after your 6th year, the next person will come and continue. That's what Liberian develop here. We should stop it. When we're speaking, people will listen to us. Even the president-elect will listen to us. We stood our ground. You don't know it all. Fulano, you know it all. You don't know it all. Born in November 1944, into what many have called him a humble beginning, Joseph Boyka grew up in a remote village. I mean, we did this for George Weah in 2017, right? When he won the presidency. Yeah. The man who came from Gibraltar, from nowhere, from grass to grace. We profile him. So, the Boyka turn now. The Liberian people turn now. They need to hear this. Joseph Boyka grew up in the remote village of Wosogan in Liberia, northmost county, Lofa County. His parents could not read or write. Boyka started out of school in the neighboring country of Sierra Leone and graduated from the College of West Africa, the one called CWA, in Liberia's capital, Monrovia. And I wish I had one profile already, man. Tell one I'm the winning thing. What? Council profile, I'm going to be reading that this. Yeah, anyway. Yes. Boyka started, graduated from the CWA, the College of West Africa. He then went on to complete a business administration degree at the University of Liberia. Boyka and his wife Katumon have 4 children. He is a Baptist. Whoa, see the Ever Baptist Church yesterday. Yeah, oh my God. Hey, Liberian people. Some of you never used to go to that church. You'll talk. Oh man. The song, the choir never used to sing before. They raised the tone. When I switched the camera looking into the Flock Corn Church, the church a little bit empty. Yeah. Now all the attention went to the Ever Baptist. Hey, you're stuff that here, man. Yes. In 1980, Joseph Boyka served as Liberia's agriculture minister under former President Samuel Kayando. He worked with others to build a school for 150 students in a clinic of 10 villages in his county, Lofa County. In 1980, yes, he was agriculture minister. I said that already. Boyka also oversaw the program to decentralize agriculture by creating regional hubs, a flagship project in Liberia, where many people are subsistence farmers. After losing the 2017 election, Boyka determined to what? To try again. When you fall down, you wake up. And this goes to the 7 better in the comments. You have a future in 2029. When you fall once, don't just fall down for good. When you come back with a strong one. So, Joseph Boyka, the profile too long, man. Yeah, Marka, let listen, man.
Yeah, so
congratulations, man.
Let me read out the statement that the president, the speech that he read. This was on November 17, 2023. He said, fellow Liberians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you tonight with a heavy heart, but with the utmost respect for the democratic process that has defined our nation. As your president and the leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, I want to address you on the outcome of the runoff elections held on November 14, 2023. The results announced tonight, though not final, indicate that Ambassador Joseph N. Boakai is in a lead that is insurmountable. A few moments ago, I spoke with President-elect Joseph N. Boakai to congratulate him on his victory and to offer my sincere commitment to working with him for the betterment of our beloved Liberia. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to President-elect Boakai, his supporters, and his campaign team. May his presidency be marked by success for all Liberians, and may our nation prosper under his leadership. Tonight, as we acknowledge the results, let us also recognize that the true winners of these elections are the people of Liberia. Through their peaceful and orderly exercise of their constitutional right to vote, you have once again demonstrated your commitment to the democratic principles that bind us together as a nation. Under my leadership, these elections were organized with a promise to the Liberian people, a promise of fairness, transparency, and credibility. I'm proud to say that for the most part, we have fulfilled that promise. The Liberian people have spoken, and their choice will be honored and obeyed. At this juncture, I would like to congratulate the National Elections Commission for a job well done. You have earned the respect of all Liberians, our foreign partners, including observers and the world at large, for completing this difficult task to the satisfaction of all stakeholders, including the contesting parties. However, the closeness of the results reveals a deep division within our country. As we transition to the new Boakai administration, we must be vigilant to the dangers of division and work together to find common ground. Now, more than ever, unity is paramount for the love of Mama Liberia. To the members of the Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change, fellow partisans, seditions, reactions, auxiliaries, first-time voters, campaign managers, and the party leaders, I understand that this is not the outcome we desired. Although we did not emerge victorious, your hard work and support have been the backbone of our campaign, and for that I am deeply grateful. I urge you to follow my example and accept the results of the elections. Go home tonight with the knowledge that our ideals and vision for Liberia remain strong. We are a young movement, and our time will come again. Tomorrow, resume your daily activities in a normal way and come and join me at our party headquarters to reflect on our joining and plan for our return to political leadership in 2029.
Wow.
My fellow Liberians, ladies and gentlemen, tonight the CDC has lost the election, but Liberia has won. This is a time for graciousness in defeat, a time to place our country above party and patriotism above personal interest. I remain your president until the handover of power, and I will continue to work for the good of Liberia. Let us heal the divisions caused by the campaign and come together as one nation and one united people. May God bless Liberia, and may we continue to strive for a brighter future together. Thank you and good night.
Good night.
President George Weah.
Yes. So that good night will follow by a phone call. Yes. Say God bless what? Say that. God bless Liberia, right?
Yeah.
Politicians in America will
God
say,
bless Liberia, and may we continue to strive for a brighter future together.
That's a good one, President Weah. That's a very good one. God bless America and make the country great. That's how Americans will always say. So check your WhatsApp, just saying something. So we're going to do this back to back. We'll look at we're doing the congratulatory message. We'll have a thank you message. We'll have the reconciliation time this morning on the show. So we have this release from the British Embassy in Monrovia. I'm trying to link up all the various websites and see how many countries have recognized Liberia so far. Yes. This is a statement for the presidential election in Liberia, British Embassy in Monrovia. The UK warmly congratulates President-elect Joseph Boakai on his victory in Liberia's presidential election and commends President George Weah for the gracious manner in which he has conceded defeat. The United Kingdom applauds the Liberian people for the commitment to peace and democracy. We commend the hard work of the National Elections Commission, the joint security apparatus, and all Liberian institutions who play a role in ensuring the elections were conducted in a free, fair, transparent, and peaceful manner. We urge, this is from the UK, we urge Liberian citizens to join together to further Liberia's peace and stability in a spirit of national unity. The UK government looks forward to working with President-elect Joseph Boyka and his government to continue the warm relationship between the two countries. This is from the UK embassy.
Yes, and this is on ECOWAS. It says, Your Excellency, I have the honor to convey on behalf of all ECOWAS institutions warm congratulations to you, the government, and the people of Liberia for holding an election that is not only free and fair, but also the first autonomously organized in recent years. Your gracious acceptance of the results of the elections is indicative of your statesmanship and commitment to the consolidation of peace and security in Liberia. Indeed, under your leadership, Liberians have shown that change is possible through peaceful means. I'm confident that as you move on, Liberia and ECOWAS will continue to count on your leadership. While praying for your personal well-being, I take this opportunity to renew to Your Excellency the assurances of my highest consideration. Dr. Omar Ali Toure, President of ECOWAS Commission, to President George Weah.
I mean, it's a very good one. Yeah, so let's move on to the keyword there. In 5-6 minutes time, we'll get the lines activated. Let's have a thank you message. And this thank you message, look, I'm calling all journalists that return to base. I said Stataco Auntie or Auntie Stataco. And which one would you use? Yes, Stataco's Auntie. You're return to base. Those of you who went.
Return to normalcy.
Yes.
A lot of you have been abnormal. I'm sorry to say, return to normalcy. Professional wise now, in line with our ethics and
I'm calling all journalists return to base. Man.
Go back, change your microphone, take your real microphone now. Become a journalist.
Somebody will be how? Yeah. So man, we put
it would take a length of time for certain people to gain trust and confidence in some of us again. I don't want to just say some of us again. So yes, but
now ABC lost.
Come back to base.
The ABC lost through the whole campaign period. The ABC went away. Boom. Return to base. So let's have a thank you message to the people of Liberia. Liberians want to say thank you. Many people predicted violence in this. As we went through the process, as you're listening to us this morning, we have been saying to you, country first. Want to say thank you to the people of Liberia. People predicted violence. They were feared. We saw people buying food, keeping it in their homes. Some of us said, well, what about the old man, the old pop who don't have $1 to buy a cup of rice to put it in their home? Thank you to the people of Liberia. To all of the political parties, the representative candidate, the senatorial candidates, the presidential candidate. Let me start with the representative candidate. You play a role for taking on the bravery to say, well, I want to represent my district. Despite the result didn't go your way. I want to say thank you. You spend your resources. Some people ate your money for no reasons. And they came back to ask for more. But I want to say thank you. To the senatorial candidates. Amara graduated from Monrovia College. I was cool. Okay. Yeah, so in our child role now, we'll say the monkeys. I mean, he played a very good role. Yeah, summer to a reach strategy. I see it in Amara Day. When you come back for look, all your Monrovia College chat room. Amara, it's been talking about. Anyway, yes. To the senatorial candidate, thank you so much. To the presidential candidates, some of you only came, to say I want to become president in a dying meeting, but yet and still want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing your side. Some of you took side, some of you have mute, like Zana been in the comments. He refused to say whether I'm going to support George Weah or Joseph Boyka. But folks from the CPP, I want to say thank you. Folks from the Unity Party, thank you. Start throwing too much jobs. It's now to get the job done. Remember, Joseph Boyka interview with me. He said in 100 days, we'll get to that though. In 100 days, that interview went on the BBC. Your car will not hitch in the mud. These are things we'll start looking at very soon. The 100 days of Joseph Boyka. Remember he said that, right? We'll have it in the recording. In 100 days, your vehicle will not hitch in the mud. So I'm saying this to the Unity partisans. It's not all of you will get jobs. They'll please get this in mind. You don't put pressure on that old man. The lobbying that going on ain't happening saying, LJ Ross time. If you're not qualified, you won't go there. It's not because you supported Joseph Boyka, they should send you to this other place. No. Those who will be appointed, meaning that you deserve it. And to Ambassador Boyka, good morning to you, President-elect. There are some officials in this government, in this George Weah administration, who have performed well, and we'll get to that time and start to name them. Will not be like Eugene Dangbe. This is something that the staff CDC too. Let me say this, Marka, if I don't say this, my spirit will not treat me well. That Eugene said no United Partisan will work in the government again. That statement alone, just for the 4 hour to election day, that was a bad one. Joseph Boyka, I'm saying to you, there are some government ministers, there are some directors general who are performing. They are Liberian, whether they're from CDC or not. Once they meet up to your standard, don't take them out of the system. The last one, reconciliation time. That's small thing. They hate that we're in this election has not been compared to 2017, 2011, 2005. The social media was the one that added it more. The role that Facebook played in this whole election, I see it saying LJ Ross time. Because of the Facebook, people went neck to neck. They hate, they anger. There are people who are not speaking to one another. Joseph Boyka, you want to leave a legacy. Your birthday is on Thursday. Ambassador Boyka's birthday is on Thursday.
Yeah.
November 30th. I mean, your birthday came in the right time.
The real birthday celebration.
That birthday celebration. So you want to leave a legacy. That President Joseph Boyka, I received a call from Senator Johnson. Yeah, on Saturday. So Senator called me and said, yeah, Senator, you swallowing GB, laugh about it.
We also spoke.
Yeah, he called you too, but when you pull him, man, we're two years talking about man.
He's my uncle, so we will speak you.
Oh, Gio?
Yeah,
okay. You speak the both.
Yeah, exactly. That's the kind of man I am.
Okay. You speak Gio and Mano.
Exactly.
Yes. You go in Nima, no one get gassy about you.
Not at all.
Ambassador Boyka, this country, we have to reconcile this country. This is reconciliation time. There should be no witch hunt. Maybe we'll save this for another day. If you try and you succeed, after 6 years, the next people that will come will be continuation. Last week in Kenya, 100 million trees. The president ordered that everybody should plant trees. They need 1 billion trees. Can you imagine this? Other countries are moving ahead. If you're taking over, make sure the calls I receive from the police now, you say, Marka. Yeah. Everywhere. He said the professionals now, the calls I receive, he said, you don't know it all. Let me stop there. Yeah.
So again, on behalf of the TBS here, we love to congratulate the people of Liberia. We love to congratulate the president-elect, Ambassador Joseph Nima Boyka, and Vice President-elect Jeremiah Kwan-Kun, to the folks of the Unity Party. And we also want to say thanks to President George Weah for graciously accepting the results of the elections and calling on his lieutenants and members of his party to follow his example and accept the results. I mean, that is good. I think Liberia is at a level where we would say we are breeding a flourishing democracy. This is what democracy calls for, and this is what we should continue to practice. Again, we want to call on the president-elect now. When the transition is done, when the ball enters your court, because right now it really hasn't entered your court. When it enters your court, you should remember the promises you made to the Liberian people for which they elected you. The people did not elect you because your name is Joseph Boakai. No. They elected you believing in what you told them through your platform. You set an agenda you call the RS. The RS agenda. You talk about agriculture, you talk about road, you talk about education, you talk about sanitation and tourism. You talk about that. These were some of the reasons why the Liberian people voted you. Okay, they believe that you had a better vision at this time in the history of the country to lead the country. So you must do your best. It is a test that you write. So sometimes if you are a good student, you score 100, you score 90, you score 80 around there. You must do your best to pass this test. You promised the Liberian people about certain things that you were going to do to fix the system that you and your party claimed since 2018 that has not been working. So you are charged now with the responsibility when that transition is done for you to fix the system. You talk about corruption, you talk about the issue of justice, reform, and all of these things. The Liberian people will hold you on that because these things are on record. You just listen to O'Neill putting you on record about the 100-day promise you made. So that is exactly how Liberians are going to be holding you on that RS agenda. You will have to do it. If not 100 to 80, 90%. So we don't want, listen, we will not encourage a government that will engage into what people call, witch hunt is different from the, let people understand. Witch hunt is not to say because you are demanding accountability, it means that witch hunt. No, that I have witch hunt there. Witch hunt is when you just go after people
for no reason.
Unduly, maybe because of maybe they didn't support you because they're from a different party.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. We didn't say when it says some people should account for certain things that I wish on. No, that one that I wish on. So we wish you all the best. Today is just our first day on the show after the pronouncement of results. Gradually, we'll continue to put to you what our thoughts are, because we also play a very integral role in ensuring that the election ends peacefully the way it ended. So we also, the Liberian people will also be looking up to us to tell you, Mr. President, and your new government to do what is right in the interest of the Liberian people, because that's the reason why they voted you.
Sure. And this important information before we get the lines activated. The National Elections Commission we announced the final results and the winner today.
Yeah, exactly.
The winner of this one-off presidential election at the press briefing headquarters on 9th Street at 4:30 p.m. So the press, the stakeholders, and actors are invited. The winner for today will be announced by the National Elections Commission. The commission will announce the winner for this runoff.
Exactly, he will do that. And just before I forget, just in 30 seconds, O'Neill, again to our people of Nimba and the educational community in Liberia and Liberia at large, we lost Jones Dopo, Professor Jones Dopo.
Yeah.
So may his soul rest in peace. I think it's a great loss to the country. He was an educator and also someone who was also in folk music. So yes, yesterday we want to today we want to extend our heartfelt condolences to the family of Professor Jones Dopo, the late, who passed on. Yes, so it's a sad day for Liberia also. So we want to wish the family a deep sympathy into the educational community in Liberia and to all other Liberians. Yes, that we sadly lost Professor Jones Dopo, a Liberian educator, veteran for that matter.
Okay, a message from the US. All the release we've been doing, the UK, ECOWAS. I just got the release from the US government.
I also got it.
Yes, the United States applauds the people of Liberia for executing free, fair, and peaceful elections to lay the groundwork for the country's second democratic transfer of power over 70 years. We congratulate President-elect Joseph Boyka on his victory, commend President George Weah for his gracious concession, and call on the Liberian people to heed the candidate's calls for unity. Yes, unity in the midst of all country first. And this unity not just depend on Joseph Boyka alone. The representative candidate, some of you contested in your district, The district was divided.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to start from the district, move to county, then the country at large. Yes. Let's get the lines activated at long last. The True Breakfast Show.
At long last.
At long last. Yes. Let's pick the calls up on this morning. I missed call from Councilor Teron Gongo, the presidential, former presidential candidate. Yeah. So, Council, you can be the first to call 0770 153-265. David Coty can also call the executive line. Okay, executive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
0770202579 is also one of the numbers you can call to participate on the show this morning.
Yes, let's speak of from lawmaker David Coty. They will not help you. Good morning.
Thank you. Okay, I won't be too long because we've been out of this line for a very long time. You got us back. Thank you. We all must tell God thank you for the peaceful election. I think it was okay. And I'd like to also say many thanks to Nick, like everybody else is saying. As for me, I'm not surprised. You remember when you invited a lady on your show one time, I said, when your Christmas would be good, you know from the eve. And I talk about the different by-elections that were held successfully. And I'm not surprised at this one. It was good. Let me say many thanks to the Unity Party. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have set a record for coming back to power.
The party you were expelled for, they expel you back to the party.
My man, I'm already home. That your expel. I listened to you. The man was expelled. Now your expulsion to you talking about your business.
Yeah. So please, my friend will also want to know your relationship with the president-elect.
He's my uncle. So all that thing when you were talking there.
So you back to the party.
I'm back to the party.
Okay.
Oh, my brother, inauguration day, I will see you dancing around here. So let me not keep on the line too long. But the last thing I want to say is to you and Marka. My brother, thank you for your good job. You were not bought, like I said before, and you didn't behave like how some people behave. Siding with one side, insulting other people. You can't do that as a journalist. So thank you for the good job. There was no insult anywhere. You greeted the current president and the opposition equally every morning. And one part I still remember, and you play over and over this morning, when you asked Ambassador Barker a particular question, all he said to you, you better start practicing. It has come to pass. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
uncle.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Let me take this one. Good morning.
Thank you, Marka. Good morning. And let me say good morning to Bibra O'Neill's Flower. This is the voice of Prince Kolake. Like the songwriter say, it wasn't easy, but it was worth it. My revolutionary tweet to all Liberians that went to the pool to exhibit a political franchise. The early warning that leads to danger is why you could sense the cry from the voice of President Weah in his facial appearance. What's so contradicting to me is for the Secretary General in President Jefferson.
No, let move. One the president has spoken, no one else. So let leave that, please. No, the president is the president.
In conclusion, for as a student of history, I'm told that the masses are never wrong. The masses know how to carry on their own judgment and they speak the way they speak.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called a yoga. It's a chat app.
Who let him lead by example, and they should serve as a deterrent. President, we are go and sing no more. Thanks for providing.
Let's stop that kind of thing, man. Let's stop it. Don't no breathing line awful.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm actually marvelous, but I'm calling for Tuburu Shower community. I just want to take this time to say thank you very much for your show. I've been listening. And also, I want to tell the Labrador Electoral College, thank you very much for your hard work. And thank you to our president-elect, Joseph Jumon.
Okay.
All right.
Let me take this one, then you will take the next call.
Malala executive line.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
And good morning to these lovely people of Liberia. Marka, I got two issues quickly.
No.
First of all, I'm Reverend Willie on
Liberia?
number 1, Marka County. And I want to commend you on new team, on new Marka. I mean, to be consistent in this country is not easy. Just for all what you guys are going through. O'Neill always say you don't know it all. Using the words of the president. You guys stood your ground, like David Coty said. You were not bought. I mean, other people went over only because they wanted to share the cake of our nation. But I want to say thank you so much. And secondly, I want to speak to our president-elect and our former president, we are thank you so much. When people thought you were going to put people, children in the streets, when people thought Liberian peace were going to be disturbed, you stood and you didn't allow it. When people feel that this country is a country of 12 years, but you didn't allow it, may God bless you. Okay. Every president, Waka elect, they want Waka being last month play with pass. Last month we do. You are now won. It is the Liberian people who have won. And let me say this to party Star Wars. If you think you got any hidden agenda that you're going to take a Liberian people's job and personalize it and misuse it, they're going to vote you out. Look, Marka, I didn't know that vote. I didn't know that vote got power. It's power for the government.
Yeah, well, yeah, for us, that's what.
When you die, you will not live to see what will happen.
All right.
Vote someone out.
Because Noah, she dropped the line.
What happened to the next president?
Okay.
Once again, I want to say thank you for putting in the time. And thank you for your consistency. May God richly bless you.
Thank you, Reverend Wade, for joining us this morning. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
Good morning to the two families. My name is Ambassador Ezekiel. You know I'm calling you from the Bachoro. I want to appreciate the children family so much for preaching the message of peace throughout our electoral process. My only disappointment with children was during the second round.
No, that leader one. We'll move forward, man. You already finished commenting what they see. Only disappointment, my man. Let go. No, man.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Daniel Logan. I'm calling from Mount Barbara. Yeah, I just want to say this to all of us Afro-Liberians. We should learn from the examples of these political leaders, the two political leaders, President Weah and President Boakai. Because you see, we can make the thing to look like as though we are enemies. And these people, they can make.
Oh, you just, the line just dropped. Let me take this one. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. And let me say good morning to you. This is Avin P. Cook, and I joined the discussion from Weaver community. Let me appreciate you very much. You and Marcus just to the test of time. But history to me in the Liberian democracy, I think it was 1876 when a former president went for the very first time he lost it. So since 1876 up to now, I think President Weah is the second, and he did very well. But even accepting the result, why the result have been counted. But the thing is that, look, you live to set another record. President will be here for a decision that you made, because it was time bomb. Everybody expected President Will to track the result, or for a commission to track the result in President Will's favor. That which of course is normal in African politics. But today, President Will has written new history. If modern history is written, President Will will be in the full-fledged, and it will be written in black and white. Let me say thank you very much. Thank you to the people of Liberia for making that decision in the decision.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning to Oli.
Good morning.
Let me say thank you to you guys. You know, children is my station. Every morning I face and to go talk. And 8 o'clock before I go to school, I love this station. I need to commend people for you. You play your part. You will always be preaching peace in both of you. Yeah, like that, you know, I just all of worry more because to see the integrated journalists and we are only in the bureau now. You know, not easy. We have plenty of our journalists that when they wrong way, they were the peace message. But the both of you were always saying the two peace and peace. Let me congratulate you. You know that thing they want the church, about the church, Pastor Tomato, we should pray for we are for more because they take the African leader. We shall wave power. And for our president in like to tell Papa. More will tell you when you go the wrong way, we'll tell you like grandfather you want the wrong way. With that state and be that we shall all see the wrong state at the right thing. Thank you this morning so much.
Okay.
I know what talking about.
No Elliot. No Elliot. No supported the re-election of
Sir Joseph and voted for Joseph.
Let's take big brother Emmett Hammond from Kakata, one of our staunch followers. Good morning. Country first.
Let me appreciate the 2FM family. You guys still instead of town when you come to the 12 process for children the state day to also the person the last day. The library has spoken. And let me also appreciate the former president, I mean the current president we are. You are a article of peace. He told it to us because Friday will know Marka. Some of them stole my clothing because of Friday. Some of them friend, what going on? When the president spoke, we said release. And President Marka, he said in 100 days, there will be no car stock in the month. The recording is very still.
Oh.
And we pray for everyone else. And we will do the expectation of the library. Should we are heavy low because the too much expectation is not our hope. And we pray that everybody in the library want to have the opportunity and want the opportunity to work. We pray that investors you can in the country, we pray that all opportunities you can have after the opportunity to work. For all of us to be careful on our working government. And we do our confidence that you will be a prayer minister and director. You understand what you fail to do that. We'll take it on the we'll take it for the we are. Thank you so much.
Exactly. Good morning. It's a new trend, or is a new trend. Good morning.
Good morning, Oni. Good morning, Marka. This is Steve Maki, but they are calling for Grand Pastor County District #1.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want to say congrats to the new with the president, Ambassador Joseph Marka, and also a big one to my dynamic president. We actually want to say thank you for that. Condolence was I think a very good president war, which should maintain the peace, and he never bought the peace, but peace was given by God into him. So when I say thank you, we actually will be with him, we work with him, and we work with the elected president. Thank you.
And be waiting for 2029.
Yes. Strategize. Come back more.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh no, your background is bad.
Yes, good morning, Marka. My name is Darlington Bros, and I join you from Tuboduro.
Go ahead, Darlington.
Yes, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to the President of the Republic of Liberia. I must commend him for what he did, and also to the President-elect, President Joseph Marka. I think with the kind of manifestos he have, I think it will be something good for the country Liberia. And to you and O'Neill, if I had my own will, O'Neill going to be the best journalist in the Republic of Liberia. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have former presidential.
He's there?
Yes, Councillor Telon Gongolo.
Okay,
Councillor's live with us on the line. Good morning to you, Councillor Gongolo.
Thank you very much. I want to join everyone to thank Truth FM, especially the two of you, for bringing real integrity to journalism in Liberia. Thank you. You contribute to peace all through the process. I just want to make some few corrections, because you are educating. President Ijoro was the first president elected on the Tree Party ticket in 1869. In 1871, he refused the whole election, so there was confusion. He was overthrown, and then an interim government was established. They call it the three-man executive committee. His vice president ran away, James Smith. Later, he came back. He took over in 1872. A new election was held, and the Republican Party came back to power. You are right that in 1877, James Springsteen turned over power to Anthony W. Gardner, and he was the first president to do that. It needs to be emphasized. So since 1877, the second president to have done that in our history is President George Weah. And people keep referring to Tubman 70 years ago. No, that was not important because I was the same Tory party, Barclay turning power to Tubman in Tory party. The real change took place in 1877. In fact, 1878 January, when James Springsteen turned power over to Anthony W. Gardner, and from 1878, Tory party remained in power until 1980 when the coup took place. And President Doe did not end his term. President Taylor did not end his term. When President Salif turned over to George Weah, it was a ruling party turning over to an opposition party. But the last time that a ruling party turned over to a former ruling party was in 1878. And there is some consistency here because in 1877, the former ruling party, the Unity Party today, defeated the current ruling party, the Republican Party. So this is the second time in the history of Liberia that a former ruling party has defeated a current ruling party. And President George Weah will go into history for making that concession because for 146 years we have not had this. So our democracy has really been strengthened. I want to thank him. He takes the day for it. If you have put people in the street, everybody was nervous. I have an article in the New Dawn newspaper today. I hope that you people can emphasize that. Okay. That we must all applaud President George Weah for the decision that he made, and he made it on time. So thank him.
Yes, all right. Council, thank you so much. Let's hope maybe close on next week. We'll have a one-on-one with you live.
I'm always ready.
Okay. Yes, always ready. Thank you, Councilor Telon Gongolo. Yes, so far. So, Marka, let's see if we can play this.
I'll send you a WhatsApp message.
Okay, let me check it out. Joe Famba Libby, man. Well, okay, on my other number.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, great. Yeah. This is positive. Look, y'all should be taking off for some kind of launch, man. Oh, yeah. After the whole process, they be taking off for some kind of launch with our professional role play. It was not easy. But Marka, let's play this one. This is President George Weah yesterday at service.
Yeah.
At the Flockecon Church, he had a very important message. And I think we should do this. Let's get this off play. Yes. What Josie? All right. So this is President George Weah yesterday at service. Yes, this one will be right back. 9:15 this morning. We anticipate Sheikh Kuyate coming up this morning.
Thank you. Hallelujah. Amen. You may have your seat. Deputies, clergies, and Pastor Nina visiting Pastor Liberians, members of the coalition, the present, former lawmakers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm glad and excited to be here at church. That we gather here today in full. If we didn't believe in God's promise, in the word of God, I'm sure the church would have been empty. I'm glad that I made that decision to come to church today. You see, I was just looking through the Bible. Of course, you know I'm familiar with the Bible. We've been listening to Pastor Revelation and what have you. all the pastors, the bishops, the clergy people, they told us our revelation. They said revelation, they spoke to us, they gave us vision, and all that we have to listen to. We listen to them. Some pastors told us in the first one, we're going to win. Some pastors told us in the second one, we'll win. That's the revelation. And they were right. But did we work towards a revelation? So yes, the pastor said that you are going to win. But if you listen very clearly to Paul, your faith cannot constitute a victory. Faith will what? Constitute anything you want to do. So the pastors that told us that it declared, God said you were going to be the winner. But we have to put in the word so our belief and our faith will be constituted. Now where we are today, we will not blame God for the world that came before. We also should not blame ourselves. This is a learning curve. Now moving forward, so we can be stronger together and be united. The Bible says that one cannot escape from justification of the faith have directly to the final step of being saved without performing good work and deeds of righteousness. It's also saying unity is very important. Unity is a common topic in the Bible, promoting peacefulness, of living unified in harmony. We are called by the Bible to be united within ourselves. What does the Bible say about unity? The scripture tells us, brothers, dwell in unity. Psalm 1:1. Unity is a common topic in the Bible, promoting peacefulness of living unified in harmony. We are called by the Bible to be united within ourselves. Peter 1:3-8. In unity with all followers of Jesus.
Okay. Yes. I mean, you just intend to play at least 2-3 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Yes, because it was a long one. It's full for almost.
I followed it. Yeah.
40 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was 42 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to take on what the president said, but let's get this breakfast of proud sponsor. Orange is the fastest moving network. Proud to be the official sponsor of the True Breakfast Show. Let's get this one. We'll come back. We'll tell you the reason why. You see, the people prophesy. Yeah, the president, right? More than 5, 10, 15 pastors, prophets, prophesy, say we're going to win a thing. We'll come back and tell the reason why. Maybe the president, because he was on the pulpit, on the altar, he want to say the thing he want to say. But we'll come back and tell Liberian people why your major judge we are in winning the election. After God revealed to what? Redeem. Ain't happy like that. We'll tell. My guilt told somebody, yo, me. You open up the or on a serious note, the president was before the altar. That's why, and knowing that he's still president, he have to control himself. But some of you never dream of being minister, director general. You ascended. The community you even live in, people only see some of you. We'll come back. Let's get this break. Orange, the fastest moving network, is proud to be of the TBS.
I said, Orina, where's it? Orina, do again.
What are you shouting at PSM for? You just pass here around them, studying the whole community.
Oh, you don't hear the news? Orange got big 7 devices. smartphones, AirPods, internet router.
You joking? Tell me more.
That's right. This is the season for more. Everyone deserves a smartphone and an internet device, and we have more to go around. Enjoy 20% discount on selected smartphones, plus free 5 gigabytes of data every month for 6 months. Get yourself an orange airbox for $36 instead of the usual price of $45, and enjoy free 10 gigabytes of data every month for 6 months. All new customers enjoy 40% discount on the rechargeable home internet router. Purchase it for $41 instead of $69, and all old customers enjoy double when you activate any package on your home internet device. Dial star 833 hash to activate. Visit any of our stores or POS to purchase. For more information, call 111 or visit our Facebook page. That's right. This is the season for more.
It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
Man, life just got so much better for me, man. Wow. What happened? I now have the choice to do anything I want to do in one bundle. My man is speaking in Paul. Tell me that in simple English. Orange has created a bigger and better all-in-one bundle for everyone. I can get data, local call, international calls, SMS, everything in one bundle, my man. Oh, this is something too. Good to be true, John. My man, the thing is indeed to come true.
A bundle that has more boosts. Orange Fusion Bundle. Enjoy a mixture of unlimited calls, unlimited SMS, and up to 52,000 megabytes of data from 50 cents to $50 for daily, weekly, and monthly packages. Dial star 888 hash to subscribe. Visit our website on www.orange.com.lr or call 111 for more details.
It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
I said, Orina, where's the Orina, do again.
What are you shouting at me for? You just pass here around and studying the whole community.
Oh, you don't hear the news? Orange got busy on devices, smartphones, AirPods, internet router.
You joking? Tell me more.
That's right. This is the season for more. Everyone deserves a smartphone and an internet device, and we have more to go around.
Enjoy 50% discount on selected smartphones. Get yourself an orange airbox for $23 instead of the usual price of $45. All new customers enjoy 40% discount on the rechargeable home internet router. Purchase it for $41 instead of $69, and all old customers enjoy double when you activate any package on your home internet device. Dial star 833 hash to activate. Visit any of our stores or POS to purchase. For more information, call 111 or visit our Facebook page. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
Okay, yes, welcome back to the TBS, the True Breakfast Show, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia, the True Breakfast Show. So if you're having some breakfast this morning, somehow, we'd like to say good morning to you. Thanks so much. Thanks for keeping the dreams alive for your country. If you are missing her, go and continue to do your job. Watch it, inshallah. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. If you're missing her, continue to go do your missing her job. If you're a plumber, you continue to go do your hustle.
I'll tell you.
If you're riding keke in the traffic, continue to go and do so.
Yeah.
Is that all of you who campaign, you deserve something?
The government.
What's it happening to you?
Yeah, the government cannot give everybody a job. It's not possible. We pray for foreign direct investment in terms of maybe concessions and things. We hope to see some non-governmental organizations coming in with new projects, and then we can see a lot of our citizens working again.
Pressure.
But to say you put everybody on government payroll or give everybody a job, it's not possible.
Not possible.
Yeah, so
not possible. You're stopped out of work.
Everybody said it was doing this thing for the sake of Liberia. It was not for people personal gain.
Don't put pressure on the old man.
Yeah,
those are you political parties who give your support.
I know what I'm saying. It will not take any time. We'll soon see a group of people coming around to say, all were there. At the end of the day, they left all out and all these kind of things.
Before we join Sheikh Marka, the opposition that will be in this government will not be easy. Let me say this out. You know, we can say our own.
Even in the very speech you were playing, the president said when they were protesting, we get them food and water. So we're ready to protest too. We will see whether they will give us food and water. That's what the president said while you were playing.
And protests don't just come up just like that. Those things you have said you was going to do, we don't start to work on them. That's why you can see the people protesting.
And we don't hope to see people just protesting because they're not in power again.
No. Yeah. Yes. And to conclude, on the president address yesterday in the Flockicon Church, you know, there were two separate groups of people, one to the Flockicon and the other people went to the FL Baptist. I mean, yes, great. I mean, God in heaven was like, yes, two leaders at two different churches. People wouldn't normally go to church, you know, drop into churches, you know. But the president said, and I played this thing over and over, trying to catch my sleep last night. Men of God prophesied that, yes, we are going to win this election. And I placed a call to one of the prophets who prophesied that George Weah is going to win the election. I said, men of God, what happened? He said, that was the prophecy. The working. The prophet start making noise. I know normally, you don't go too much with the prophet.
The prophet won't raise issue.
Yeah, raise the issue. You say the working. So don't blame him. Then I play back what President George Weah was saying at the Flockicon Church. This defeat, do you know that most of you listening today, and you should be ready to live with it. Many a times people try to reach out, and some of you have responded and said, well, we work at the way and pleasure of the president. I'm not answerable to anybody. Well, how come this president is director for this place or is minister for this place when member of the fourth estate trying to reach out is not answerable? You want the president to be re-elected. Oh, man. Yeah, separate though. George Weah. Any other group come on, any press conference, when George have said, congratulations, it's finished.
Yeah, exactly. In terms of Deveta Brown Lasana, again, her protection is very important. And I will say
the next chair boss.
The protection of the National Election Commission chairperson is very important. We know this is Africa. Yes, we hope that she's highly protected and everybody should respect her for leading the board to the decision to conducting a free, fair, and credible election. That's what we can say so far. We'll say other things later, but this is what we can say so far. Our protection of member of the board is very important, and nobody should attempt or make any threat on them. They work as they were mandated by the Constitution and the elections law of Liberia. That's what I want to say.
Correct. And today she will announce the winner today.
Yeah.
At 4:30, the next boss will announce the winner for this election, the runoff election.
I don't know whether it will bring a news celebration.
No. So this is what's going to happen to the city today before we link over to Sheikh Kuyate. This is what's going to happen. The national team is playing today.
Yeah.
At the SKD.
Equatorial Guinea, right?
Equatorial Guinea at 4 o'clock. Okay. So people is going on the football field while others will be at the elections commission.
Others will be listening to the radio.
Yeah, we hear some yelling. Maybe lose to half school or just a book have been announced. That's how it's going to be 2 ways. But in the almost thing, we are Liberians. Liberia have won this election.
Exactly.
And to the other political parties, all those auxiliary groups and things, we try to can make a good comeback. You know, yes, you can make a good comeback. That is it. Thank you so much. This is the True Breakfast Show 96.1. Kudos to the team in Nimba. Always relaying us, sleeping the rest of the guys. 96.9 Sackley P. Barn. Thank you so much.
Sheikh Sharif.
Yeah.
Peter Tobe,
the veteran. Yes. Thank you guys so much. The whole team.
Kekula, all of you, thanks so much for what you guys are doing over there.
Great. Yes, this is the TBS 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. My name is O'Neill Roberts. Marka did this. We have
Sheikh.
Sheikh. Yeah.
Still dressed like winner or top art.
Yes, man. He dreamed about the presidency.
Yeah.
So I went in our Morelia College chat room. I said, well, Morelia College, your student will always say, "Lawyer we shall ever be." Yeah, sure. That's our slogan.
And you know, let me make this disclosure. When Sheikh announced his presidential bid, I was one of the journalists who covered that press conference right in front of the Providence Baptist Church.
Okay.
I was part of that press conference.
Oh, you were there?
Yes, I was there in person, in flesh and blood. I was there. And he was dressed in the same white suit. Yeah. And I asked him why you announced right before the Providence Baptist Church. And he said this is where the birth of the country began. So when you want to become president and prosper, and for the nation to prosper, you must always come to the Providence Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as I'll say quickly before link one to check, in our Monrovia College chat room, Amara Common was still in the show. So I said, well, what about Shaq Kuyate? Like real first movement said, oh yeah, he's a monkeys too.
Oh yeah. And while we're trying to capture the name on the live feed, do you know Mr. Thank you very much?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much from Lofa County, Mr. Thank you very much. Okay, he was one guy who supported the rescue mission. Okay. And anytime a journalist asks you a question, before you answer, you say, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So it becomes, that's his name now. So they had another guy called Mr. Grateful. So yesterday, two of them had a reconciliation ceremony with palm wine.
Thank you very much.
I never enjoy anything in a post-election than that reconciliation with the palm wine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and Mr. Grateful.
Next question.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Next question.
Anytime you ask a man.
Who can say that? Next question.
Oh, next question.
The Electoral Commission board.
Constituting and next question.
Next question.
Next question.
The Omar, next question. Yes. Great. And before Lingo gives the check, I want to say kudos. Look, this guy is one of the best politicians ever we could boast of. I'm speaking of the Chief Executive Officer of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Okay. Musa Hassan Belete. Yes. There was no day that Musa Hassan Belete, the representative-elect of District 7, Nima County. I want Librarians to listen up to this. There was no day I can recall that Musa Hassan Belete was stopped, despite he being one of the major opposition with the CPP, that he could say, no, don't bring, don't promote, or don't talk this, or don't talk that. Musa, I want to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
He really
you allow that, that professionals are here. That's why I say to people who work at the King's Building, the headquarters of the Liberian National Police, that building is called the King's Building. The King was the first guy to train a police officer in Liberia. The King's Building, they are professionals still within the police. There's no day I can recall that Musa have interfered with our work. Because you know why? Musa knows that he have professionals here. I want to say thank you, Musa Belete. Great. So Shaq Kuyata is here with us in studio. Thanks so much. Good morning to you, Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate.
Good morning, O'Neill, and good morning to my brother, Marka Davis.
Yeah. Lawyer wish I be listening with our chat room. So the chat room was going like, Amara Corner, the monkeys now. Then I said, no, Sheikh Kuyate too, also monkeys. Everybody's like, wow. Yes. Good morning to you. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Thank you so much. And, O'Neill, I'm so excited that before I even go,
ahead, Chief.
Before I go further, let me use this platform to congratulate His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Boaka. Your Excellencies Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Boaka, Senior, and Senator Jeremiah K. Cohn. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to both of you on your historic victory in the presidential runoff election. The election process has culminated in your election as President and Vice President of Liberia, respectively, and it is a testament to the trust and confidence the Liberian people have placed in your leadership. I would also like to commend outgoing President George Mani Weah for his responsible decision to uphold democratic principles by conceding to President-elect Joseph Nyuma Boaka. His commitment to the rule of law and democracy is commendable, as it sets a positive example for future leaders and reinforces the strength of Liberia's democratic institutions. Furthermore, I want to congratulate every presidential candidate who participated in the October 10th election. The spirit of competition and dedication to serving the country shown by each candidate is commendable, and it reflects the vibrancy of Liberia's democratic process. I would also like to recognize the efforts of the Rescue Mission Alliance and all Liberians who actively participated in and supported the electoral process. Your commitment to democratic principles and the betterment of your country is inspiring. By displaying responsibility and dedication, you have contributed to the strengthening of democracy in Liberia. Once again, I offer my sincere congratulations to President-elect Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Sr. and Vice President-elect Senator Jeremiah K. Kuhn, as well as the Unity Party and the Rescue Mission Alliance. May your tenure be marked by progress, unity, and prosperity for the people of Liberia. Thank you.
Check, very good at that. Very good at that. It taking 3 seconds to do that. I mean, great. So, check. Before going forward, the media as well. Anywhere, any making mention of the media.
To the media, let me begin with Truth FM, Renaissance Communication Incorporated, an institution whose CEO was on the other side of a political system, but continue to open doors to every political individual institutions to come and voice out their opinions and aspirations, in the process. I must say to the RCI family, thank you so much for making history for our country. It's the very first time that happened, and you did extremely well. Most of us that came here during campaign, we were never requested to pay any money. Normally, it's a private institution. We should be paying for it. But he said, since you're coming to discuss national issues, we are not charging you to give anything. I want to say to the family, the RCI family, thank you so much. And I want to say to the entire nation, the media in the entire nation, thanks so much. You all play a major part. And I want to also use this time to encourage our brother, Sober Josh from EABC, who asked me who asked I should be put out of this studio because I'm from opposition. Understand that life has two sides. When it is not daytime, it is nighttime. When it is not raining, the sun will be shining. Now that you are there, remember January, another group will be there, and you might be asked the same way, to ask to go out back and tell you that in New Liberia will not encourage what you did to me. And to fellow Liberians, this country is all we have. We had the election, those who served this country, most of them served us well, and some didn't serve us well. But I want to say to them that we must all embrace this government as a Liberian government. I remember 2 days ago when I sat with His Excellency, our President-elect, Joseph Nyuma, he said, this victory is not a victory for me. It's a victory for Liberia. And I promise to serve the Liberian people. I will be a Liberian president, not a partisan president. That statement of his was something that actually touched me. And I said to myself that this is what Liberia has been yearning for. Is that we ensure to reconcile our country. What needs to be done is that we need national healing. And I said to him, yes, there's a need for national healing, but in the absence of accountability and justice, there's no reconciliation. And he said to me, indeed, that to be done. And when I listened to President Weah yesterday at the church, and he made a statement like, people, we didn't wish hunt, official of Unity Party. Well, His Excellency President-elect Joseph Nyuma served as Vice President, that he also does not expect that Unity Party-led government will prosecute, officials who are corrupt. Because his statement yesterday was a confession that yes, indeed, we have some people who were corrupt or who are corrupt in my government, but do not want them to be investigated. But I want to tell President Weah that the reason why the Liberian people didn't vote him was a failure to protect the democratic principle of this country. In the absence of justice and accountability, democracy has nowhere, no place to exist. This government headed by His Excellency, a statement, not a politician, a statement, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Sr., he will definitely prioritize reconciliation. He will prioritize empowerment of the Liberian people. He will prioritize accountable leadership, and he will ensure and also prioritize the development of this country. But there's no way we can reconcile our nation in the absence of accountability. So those who are served, if they served rightly, I don't think there should be any fear that they will be witch hunt. The president-elect is one person that I do know that do not believe in witch hunting, that I do know that do not believe in dividing this nation. The reason why he was elected because the country was divided. The Liberian people wanted a unifier. And he being a unifier, that was why he was elected. He said that we will not remove anyone for payroll who are civil servants. Civil servants will be protected. They are Liberians and like any other persons. And we show that those who have served this government, who are served rightly, who are served diligently, they will maintain their position. And some of them might even be promoted. But we are not coming to wish on anybody. Pastor Joseph Nyema, Liberian new president, the man who will take Liberia from backwardness to forwardness, the man who has arrested his nation from retrogression, will ensure that progression will be a way far for our nation. And I can tell that every Liberian or Congo, that those moments are over. The new moment is calling for headed by President Joseph Nyoma elect, and also Senator Jeremiah Kirkwood, the Vice President-elect. They are saying Liberia will be given back to Liberians, but we ensure that every Liberians will be protected. This is not an issue of partisanship. And we use this time also to say to those for the Unity Party, thank you so much. Thank you for your resilience. Thank you for the confidence reposing Ambassador Joseph Nyema to meeting the position of a standard bearer. And also thank you for also accepting Senator Jeremiah Kirkwood, who was the political leader of the MDR, as the vice standard bearer of the Unity Party Rescue Team Alliance. And thanks to Senator Lawrence, Senator Dillon, and others who came from other political parties, including Mandela Cooper, to support Ambassador Joseph Nyema in the first phase. Thank you. You did an excellent job. The man you believed in. It is due to your confidence in him and your trust in him that we also came on board the second round. Yes. Time to say to all political leaders, presidential candidates, out of the 18 presidential candidates, 16 of them say yes to Omen Waka. This all said, there's nowhere to go. Even though people are saying we should be in Detroit, some of our not openly say we are with him, but we stand with him. We led a coalition or negotiation world. Almost all the candidates from opposition. My question to them was, if we were in this election to unseat Mr. Weir, President George Mani Weir, we have the opportunity to unseat him as opposition. Now, an opposition is a forerunner. If our intention is actually sincere, it is time that we willingly go to the Unity Party and submit our votes, the confidence imposed in all by Liberian peoples that gave us votes. That those votes were not for us. Those votes were voices of Liberians against President George Mani Weir, saying no to his malgovernance, saying no to his missteps. So those votes must not be betrayed. Those voices must not be betrayed. Let's take it back to the people. And that's why when you look around, you realize the Liberia First Movement is the only political institution that endorsed the Unity Party Rescue Team Alliance without any backfire for any member of the party coming out that would disagree. Because we sat down and unanimously agreed that this must happen. And that led to other candidates that included the ACO, the GDM, other great political parties, other independent candidates, all the other parties came out and said yes to this. So I want to say to all of those parties that took part, thank you so much. You did extremely well.
So including
and Old People CDC. There were more CDC that also voted for Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Boakai. I want to let you know that the reason why you rejected President George Mani Weah, those reasons would not be in this government. This government will be a government of national healing, national reconciliation, empowerment, accountability, and development. You have a president now that will be a Liberian president. And my message to President George Mani Weah, I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of you that you put the country first. I'm proud of you that you accepted that indeed the people have spoken. I'm proud of you that you reminded yourself that those who brought me to power are saying to me no more. And your acceptance, to the voices of the people, to the wills of the Liberian people is something commendable. Thank you, Mr. President George Mani Weah. And to all other Liberians, Liberia is all we have. If you were hurt yesterday, don't hurt another person because they hurt you. Those who have been removed today from their positions, they have been removed because they hurt you. And if people disagree with them hurting you, so you do not have to hurt any other person. And encourage the president-elect, please ensure that this country remains a united nation, a peaceful nation, a progressive nation, a nation where citizens will see themselves as Liberians, not just as Liberians, as one people, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Exactly. So, Sheikh, I listened to you. You kept talking about reconciliation. You kept talking about unity. At the same time, you were mentioning accountability and that there was going to be no witch hunt. But firstly, to this accountability question, are there commitment that you are getting from the president-elect that there is going to be an audit across the government before or after the transition?
In our resolution to the president-elect, one good thing I know about Ome Boakai, he made no promise to anybody about position. He made promise to every candidate, every Liberian, that I will ensure that this country will have national healing. Reconciliation will be something that I see as a way forward for our country. He also stated to every one of us, he said it in private and he said it in public, that accountability will be something that will be a part of my government. And he also said that justice must prevail for every Liberian. So in the issue of accountability, those who serve this country, those who serve in the public sectors, will begin with the current government officials and will continue to those who serve in previous government. And so that will serve as deterrent to those who be government officials so they can understand that you cannot just build a house in 1 year because in government, you must look at people who are in business who spend 10 years, 15 years in business before building their dream houses. So that will serve as deterrent. He said it, that you protect democracies. And the only tools to protect democracies, the only garment to protect democracies, the only shell to protect democracies is accountability and justice.
So that means there will be an audit. However, for the public to understand, how do you try to distinguish this witch hunt from holding people accountable by maybe audit, for example? Because obviously once you start to say, well, we want to audit this institution, when people gets called for anything and you try to draw an indictment or charges against them, then you will start to hear the word witch hunt.
Let me make something very clear here. The president-elect Ambassador Joseph Nyuma Boakai has no intent, ultimately has no intent to witch hunt any Liberians. It's very clear that when we take over, we'll have a general auditing of all governmental institutions and agencies. And when those institutions are audited, we ensure to give Liberian people a clean sheet to tell them what we met, so there will be no accusation that we made, an empty account, or we met a corrupt, a government with no money in the coffer, like what was stated by the current government, even though the president also stated and commended the outgoing president and Marka graded the government 80%. He is saying we will not grade any government until we have audits of all institutions in this country. When that happens, we'll come and tell people this institution have been audited. These ministers, the directors, this managing directors was involved in XYZ. We need clarity. and the government will not go there and arrest you. You'll be fair judgment to everyone. You'll be, you'll be forwarded to the court. You'll be prosecuted. When found guilty, you will bear the consequence in according to the law of Liberia. If not found guilty, you will also be a free citizen in this country. In this government, we also include people in government who are part of this government. We include people in government who oppose Ambassador Joseph Nyumabwaka during the election for the presidency. So it is not a witch-hunt government. I can tell you, I'm not speaking as a spokesperson of this government, but I'm speaking based on facts, based on my experience and my relations and my understanding of the president-elect.
So, of government of inclusion, even the last time we had an interview with the president-elect during the time of the campaign, he mentioned the issue of government of inclusion. Now we have some members of the outgoing ruling administration who have been doing well, according to some of the panelists we've had, and also the other 19 or 18 candidates who participated in this election. Some are very good at certain areas. Also, we have Liberians in the private sector who are experts in areas. When you talk about government of inclusion, what kind of government are you talking about?
This government will include qualified Liberians. It will not include you because you're an opposition. It will not include you because you're a member of the Unity Party or the Rescued Mission Alliance. It will not include you because you present the president-elect Ambassador Joseph Nyumabwaka. It will include you when you're qualified. It will include you when you're prepared to move Liberia forward. It will include you when you believe in reconciliation. It will include you when you believe in empowering the Liberian people. It will include you when you believe in accountable leadership. It will include you when you believe in the development of this country. So there will be an inclusive government, but it will not be based on tribe. It will not be based on partisanship. It will not be based on because you're an opposition or ruling party, or because you speak well, or because you have a strong voice. It will be based on what can you do for Liberia.
Okay, let's talk about the Liberia First movement. What were some of the triggers that led to you endorsing Boakai?
Liberia First movement has a very clear vision. Believe that there's no nation that moves forward in the absence of reconciliation, in absence of unity. And we realize that the Unity Party has that nutrition, that democratic nutrition that allows the Liberian people to be identified as one people, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Secondly, we have in our agenda empowerment. And we also realize when you look at the arrest, it talks about empowerment. And we also realize we talk about accountability. So we saw the similarity with our policies and agenda, having strong connection to the Unity Party Rescue Team Alliance. And we said to ourselves that this election, we got into it because believing, not because we believe we want to become president, but we got into it believing that what is happening in Liberia is not what the Liberian people want. It is not what that is expected from this government, from the Liberian people. So we came in as people who came in to ensure that the will of the Liberian people prevails. And we are grateful.
Were there promises made to some of you and your executives, maybe job and other stuff?
There were promises made. There were nationalistic promises made to us. The promises made to us that you are one institution that have been advocating for the past 3-4 years, calling for good governance. The first promise we can tell you is that we will reconcile this country. We ensure that your quest for empowerment will be respected and will happen. We ensure that your quest for accountable leadership will not be ignored. We ensure that your quest for development will be implemented. At the same time, we also look forward for your participation in ensuring that these things happen. But there was no arrangement with any party, to my knowledge, that when you explain support to us, we'll make you Minister of Finance or we'll make you Minister of Public Works. Ambassador Joseph Nyumabwaka is one president that I do know in Africa and around the world who makes no empty promises and who never in rush to make promises to people because he needs your support.
Okay, that's good. But so let's look at what would be your stance if maybe in the first 100 days or even the first 1 year, some of these commitments are not met. You're seeing the Unity Party administration deviating from some of the discussions you had prior to even endorsing the re-election. The second run election bid.
What I do know is that in the first 100 days of the leadership of Ambassador Joseph Nyuma, the president-elect of Liberia, I do believe that he will implement. But he's known as a statesman. What makes him different from most of us? He's not a politician, even though he has a political institution, but he's a statesman. He's a principle-minded person, and believing that we have that in relation, that is why we supported him, and we continue to support him. And I do believe that we implement those things. But if he failed to do what must be done for Liberian people, I will, in private, disagree with him and recommend that he continues to implement what he can do, what we voted him for. If he fails to listen to me in private, I would definitely come out publicly and say no to what he might do. But I do believe, and I have strong confidence in this man, that he will not mislead Liberia, that he will not let down Liberia, that he will show that this country will reclaim a slogan, its nationalistic slogan, one Liberia, one people, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In your expectation, you've been here for the past 6 years. When the CDC took over the mantle of authority in 2018, we've looked at the economy, we've looked at the agriculture sector, we've looked at every sector, health sector, education, all of that. What kind of change do you expect? Do you really think there will be change, or we are going to?
Definitely there will be change. I can say this to you. Let me tell you something very interesting now. There will be people in this government, the people nobody have ever heard about them. But there are people who have been doing well in the private sectors or in the public sectors. There will be change because Ambassador Joseph Nyuma, the president-elect, said that our government will be a Liberian government. And no one should refer to anyone or any institution, opposition. That every Liberian from this day on, there's no more opposition, there's no more ruling party. We are all Liberians. I'm a Liberian president. That is the first change. The change for reconciliation. He also said that when he showed, when we're doing our last parade, and he was standing by me, he said, Kuyate, can you imagine our capital city is so filthy this way? Can you imagine our capital city? We have water everywhere on the road. And I said to him, there is imagination, but we must do the realization where the hope of the Liberian people be restored. So I know, and I do believe, that there will be qualified people, there will be experts that will come with solutions, not to complain, to ensure to move forward in terms of economic, in terms of social development, in terms of political differences, that this government will ensure that Liberia will be reawakened.
Okay. Yes. So just a couple of, we have like 12 minutes to go on the interview. So we'll take a couple of calls and maybe you'll raise some concerns that you can respond to. Yeah, so call us on 0770202579. We have this morning the political leader of the Liberia First Movement, Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate, here this morning on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Let me make sure I can have a very good audio from the callers. 0770202579 is the number you can call to participate on the show this morning. We have Sheikh with us. He's one of the candidates who supported or who pledged their support to Boakai, the president-elect of the Unity Party. But yes, he's here this morning to talk more about what the Liberian people should expect from the person they supported. So let's take this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Go ahead. You're live. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Aaron B. Samula, and I call from Grand Cape County, to be precise, Stewart District. My first concern has to do with the 100 days of Ambassador Joseph Nyuma. We will make sure that he will do the right thing, because we always see how the CDC government govern this country. will be sure, based on what it did, we will do the right thing comes the first 100 days in our regime.
Okay. Let me take this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're live. Go ahead.
Let me see.
Oh, the line is bad. 0770-202-579. He slipped off the line, so we can take another caller here on the show this morning. 0770-202-579 is the number. Good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning. My name is James Sterling, and good morning to your two guys.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Former sportsman for the Natal National PRA Party. You know, the reason why some of us supported Ambassador Marka is not based on party level, but based on what we saw in him. And one of the most important things Ambassador Marka is speaking on is what accountability. And Ambassador Marka is 100 years of it. The first thing that people are trusting is to audit. And if you feel the audit is where we bring the first within the government, and we pray that you will work on that. Thank you.
Okay, that's your point there. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Yes, we're doing good. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Peter G. Victorino, calling from Johnsonville. I'm very much impressed this morning. Normally, I do just call, but today I'm very much impressed to call. I'm grateful to God for the process and also the guests that instituted for all what he has said. One of the major impressions he ever said is about this audit. We shouldn't be afraid of what they have done to be accounted for. Liberia is one, and every Liberian is one. We agree with that. But what belongs to everybody should be known unto everybody how it was used. So we are thankful for JND election, and we are thankful for the peace process that everything went fine. How mental you're going to go on the contrary didn't go. But by God's special grace, we didn't run around. We are still home and we are home. We are grateful to also you guys on the media as well. You did well for you and then for Marka David, my younger brother. God be with you guys. I hope that you guys will continue in JMP as well. The purpose of being elected will come to pass. You shouldn't side with anybody. You shouldn't side with any understanding of God that you already employed to him. That he lived with Elijah before. Thank you very much.
Yes, okay. So some people are still asking for the number is 0770 202579. 0770 202579 is the number you can call to be part of the show this morning. We have Chef with us this morning on the Truth Breakfast Show. This is the number. Let me take this call. Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Azariah.
Let me check something. Yes, so you can call back 0770 202579. I don't know why the call was not going through. Let me take this one. Good morning.
Yeah, this one here calling from.
I don't know why. Let me just take it from here. Yeah, go ahead. Please stay away from the receiver, please. No, your background is bad. And this person is also doing the same thing. You can call with that kind of background. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Mm-hmm.
This is Lavin Williams calling you from So Clinic.
Go ahead.
First of all, we want to congratulate the president-elect, Ambassador Joseph Marka. We believe normally they call me number one. Marka is number one. We didn't support the old man because we feed her, he should give us work. But we see Liberia in the old man. And but we see Liberia in the old man. That is the reason that we support her so that Liberia will come outside, let Liberians see themselves in Liberia.
Okay.
You understand? You understand?
Yeah.
There is anything, even as I'm calling you, I do not have to work for Marka for the administration, but I believe Liberia will see themselves in the picture of Liberia. Because Liberia first, Liberia last, Liberia forever.
Okay.
So when you look at the platform of the old man, he said, think. Let me tell you something. When you say think, anything you think about, then you will love that thing. And when you love it, and you will build towards that thing. So now we look at the platform. It's about Liberia. It's not about any other place. Thank you very much. Thank you to the media. Thank you to every librarian who stood for the women. This is the life of Liberia today. Liberia have come out.
Okay.
And everyone will see Liberia. Thank you.
Okay, so let me just take 2 more calls quickly and we close up. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Marka.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, Marka, this is Fabio for FEC God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me say thank you to the 2FM family. You know, I've been following you guys from the pre-hospital election. Mr. Bravo, you guys do well. Your school as well. And let me say bravo to the you just did well by coming to the street. I want to say thank you to all our brothers for the battle of Waga. And we prayed our battle to see the way forward.
Okay. Thank you. So let me just take this last one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. My name is D. Mohammed Masalin. I call you from Kawa, Kinamia community.
Go ahead.
Let me say good morning to your senior guest. And let me say congratulations to our president-elect. We understand that Ambassador Joseph Nima Parker going to do the best for the Liberian people. The government going to be government of inclusion. The government going to be government of the Liberian people. So we all will conscientize our brothers and sisters to not to only support or give support to Joseph Nima Parker on the basis of job. We did that for the future of Liberia, and it will be on the basis of that and competency before you can work. Thank you very much.
Okay, Shaq, you listen to the callers. I think most of them were in line with almost the same thing you were saying. Yes.
If let me just close by saying to them, dear fellow Liberians, I come to you today with a message of peace, unity, and reconciliation. Our nation has endured years of division and strife, but now is the time for us to come together as one people and build a brighter future for Liberia. We have recently elected a new president and his team, and it's crucial that we offer them our support and cooperation. Let us put aside our differences and work hand in hand to create opportunities for every citizen. Together we can build a society where everyone has a chance to thrive and prosper. Reconciliation must be our priority. It is time to heal the wounds of the past and foster the spirit of forgiveness and understanding. We must let go of the grievances that have divided us and embrace a future based on unity and inclusivity. As we move forward, we must also demand empowerment, accountability, and development from our leaders. Our government should prioritize policies that uplift the marginalized, promote equal opportunities, and ensure that the benefit of progress reach every corner of our nation. Let us hold our leaders accountable for their actions and demand transparency and integrity in governance. However, reconciliation and transformation are not solely the responsibility of our leaders. Each and every one of us has a role to play. We must engage in constructive dialogue, listen to different perspectives, and find common ground. Let us treat each other with respect and dignity, regardless of the differences. Together we can overcome the challenges that lie ahead. Let us build bridges, not walls. Let us foster a culture of peace and mutual understanding. By embracing reconciliation and supporting policies for empowerment, accountability, and development, we can create a Liberia where every citizen has the opportunity to thrive. May peace and unity guide our path as we work towards a better future for all Liberians. With hope and solidarity, Sheikh Al-Mustafa Kuyate, Server in Charge, former presidential candidate, Liberia First Movement, and members of the Rescue Mission Alliance. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Liberia.
Sheikh Mustafa Kuyate, the head of the Liberia First Movement, has been our guest this morning on the TBS on Truth 96 on 1FM. Thanks to all of you. I know a lot of calls still coming, but yes, we are actually out of time now. And this is how we come to the end of the show this morning on Truth 96 on 1FM. We will be here.
Sorry. So while Sheikh was on, was trying to bring on Senator Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so but I don't know. Yes. So we just hold on. Yes, Senator Prince Johnson, Senator-elect of Nimba County. The senator is calling me back. So Senator, if you have to hold on, Let me do the call because it's going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yes. Check Kwiate, Liberal First Movement. Yes, Liberal First Movement. The movement is still strong. It's still strong. Yes. So yeah, Marka, I think we gotta go because the senator and I are just going back and forth.
Maybe we'll get him tomorrow.
Yes.
Maybe we can get him now.
Okay. Yeah, so as you close up.
Yeah. So as we close up, thanks ever so much to all of you who followed us this morning, and thanks to Sheikh as well for coming on the show. We hope that tomorrow we'll be here again with another fascinating edition of the show. Yes, we're in a post-election era now, like we indicated earlier. Today at 4:30, the official pronouncement of the results and the winner will be done by the National Elections Commission. I received text message to that effect. So yes, that's gonna be the case today. So folks, thanks ever so much for accepting the results as it is, and we hope for peaceful and prosperous Liberia. Do have yourself a wonderful time and hope to be here tomorrow again. As being a presentation by Marka Davis and O'Neill Roberts. Arthur Balda has been behind the cameras and bringing us the image live on Facebook on Real TV / Truth FM on Truth 96.1 FM. Wait, let me do this. Let me do this. Yeah, so we'll have it coming out for you.